how should we best think about AI and how best ways to integrate that?
It is an opportunity and a risk. Yoga begins with, if it is still our human ego that is using its greed, its violence, its insecurity, its fear. But we are on that junction. We are born out of delight, sustained by delight, and returns to delight. There is an acute scarcity of love and its delight. And as we go deep and deep and deep, that's where the
connecting the dots between psychological shift from the material to the ananda, and then the work to be done on that front.
Growing mental disorder across the world, because and when you are a high energy type, you are prone to, if you don't have curiosity, you are already dead. But education system kills the curiosity.
What are some of these other skills that you feel are going to become increasingly important?
If that is not the mode of knowing, acquiring knowledge, then what are we?
A lot of it is also the flow of the grace that is.
You are born with certain potential. There is something in you having a living potential that is.
Hi, I'm Nitin Dua, a career and mind health coach. In this part of the podcast with Manoj Pavithran sir, we'll explore his perspective on AI, artificial intelligence. We'll explore how he thinks and best ways to integrate in the modern context. We'll also explore the risks and opportunities it presents, the critical junction that we are at today, the power of intuition. We'll also explore the psychological shift from the material to the spiritual. We'll explore the skills to build in the modern context as we enter in the future, including upgrading and training the mind. We'll also explore seeds of your purpose of life. Curious to find out? Let's explore inside.
It's like someone was saying, we have Paleolithic emotions, medieval institutions, and godlike technology. And the technology is so powerful, but human nature is so crude. So a selfish, crude, ego-bound human nature working with such a powerful technology become more destructive.
Yeah.
So it's an urgent need to understand human nature and transform it.
How do you then see AI as one of these godlike technologies that is available in the modern context, and of course with the crude nature that you said, and we see it in action across different parts of the globe. How should we best think about AI and how best ways to integrate that in this context?
It is an opportunity and a risk. Opportunity in the sense, now the intellectual labor can be delegated to the machine. Just like labor of the legs to walk has been delegated to the cars, to the aircrafts, and that didn't make our legs obsolete. We use our legs in other ways to dance and all that. We need our legs. Similarly, invention of telescope, microscope, all that extended the vision. We still have our eyes, but these are extensions. Similarly, the mind is now externalized itself into this technology that has extended the mind, but it is still mental intelligence and its ways of unearthing the world and knowledge about the world. So it's a vast extension of mind and its rational intelligence, which can complement the mind. So now that means labor of thinking can be handed over. So if we are not thinking as a means to know, this is where the yoga begins.
Can you repeat the line again?
If we are not using thought as a means to know, thinking, rational, analytical thinking, if that is not the mode of knowing, acquiring knowledge, then what are we? Now, yoga begins with silencing the mind. Ending of thought. Krishnamurti speaks about ending of thought, right? Patanjali speaks about yoga, chitta vritti, nirodha. All the chitta vrittis, everything is brought to deep silence and stillness. And that's the door opening the intuition. So we are at a gate where development of intuition will become very critical.
Absolutely.
Even to direct AI to go this way, A to B. And it can generate hundreds of solutions. Even to pick up one, we need intuition. So we have an opportunity to now focus on development of intuition, then developing the power of rational intelligence.
Yeah.
So that's the junction point we are in, and that's where yoga come into picture. And the higher faculties of consciousness, upgrading the mind to higher levels of possibilities. The risk is if we don't use it, and if it is still our human ego that is using its greed, its violence, its insecurity, its fear, its anger, if that is driving this powerful tool, then we are using all that intelligence to amplify the violence, amplify the insecurity. But we are on that junction, and more and more people are seriously waking up.
Yeah.
And it is a great opportunity to also globally comb all the knowledge systems across languages and merge and distill the human knowledge and experience at a planetary level and synthesize global mind.
So where do we best use AI's capability, and where do we use the intuition? Like, how do we think through that?
Like, where do we want to go in terms of human development? That choice comes from intuition. Now, how to plan and structure the way, and what are the ways to brainstorm or create solutions and think through the intellectual labor required in research.
That's the AI capability.
Yeah, that is the AI's capability. It's an incredibly smart assistant that you have, but you need to direct it. Where do you put your intelligence to? For what purpose? So the notion of human development, purpose of life come into picture. What it means to be human.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is a central question. Is rational intelligence that makes us human?
No.
That is a capacity we developed in the last centuries.
Yes.
But we are beyond even that. There are other faculties and other capacities beyond it. I would describe it in this way. Our being can flow out in 3 different vectors. One is doing vector, the power dimension, where our capacity to do. We had the muscle power with which we did everything. Then we started replacing machine to do it. We delegated increasingly to the machines to do things.
Yeah.
Now we have sourced intelligence. We could develop intelligence and use intelligence to direct the machines. And we are embedding intelligence into machines. And now we are making intelligence itself into a machine, you're delegating into machines. So now we are free to open the vector of love, Ananda.
Absolutely.
This is the discovery of the ancient rishis. We are born out of delight, sustained by delight, and returns to delight. That's our fundamental nature.
Yeah.
And in this world, there is no shortage of knowledge. There is no shortage of power. But there is an acute scarcity of love and its delight and its harmony, its beauty.
Yes.
So we can delegate these 2 components and develop this part and discover that the human body is perhaps the most sophisticated device on the planet, perhaps on the solar system, and perhaps in our known galaxies and cosmos. This is an incredible device that can tap into the experience of love and delight and beauty, ecstasy. It is possible. That is subjective domain. Again, we are coming into the depths of subjectivity. Where does the subjectivity take us? The surface layer is thought and intelligence. When we look inside, rational intelligence, mind, these are outer surface layers. Then we go deeper, we encounter emotions and the subconscious layers, where surging of emotions and energies and dynamic forces. And as we go deep and deep and deep, that's where the self-discovery with its creative Shakti and Ananda come into picture.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Beautifully said. I mean, in terms of the connecting the dots between psychological shift from the material to the Ananda, and then the work to be done on that front. Somewhere in between, you also brought about the upgrading of the mind. I want to go deeper, double click on that. What is the upgrade required right now for the mind?
Right now, the mind is hyper-stimulated. And our whole world, social media or general media in general, is stimulating the mind to extreme stressfulness, and the mental content is now people cannot distinguish between what is fake news and what is real, what is truth. So the notion of mental truth is breaking down.
Mental truth.
Yes. For every narrative, there is a counter narrative. And they are in conflict. No matter what narrative, there is a counter narrative. And the human mind is completely lost. How do I make sense out of this? And as a result, there is a mental fracturing happening. Growing mental disorder across the world because the human mind cannot make sense out of what is going on. And your thinking is so sluggish, incapable of dealing with the explosion of knowledge. On the top of it, your thinking capacity is mixed with emotion, and you are emotionally manipulated by the mass media. So not even your rational intelligence is pure. So there is a breakdown happening. So this is the time we need to look at, we are not just mind, we are also a heart, we have energy, we have our senses, we have our body. All that are interacting. It's a bundle, and there is a who am I? What is this bundle of psychological nature? So first is purifying everything. First of all, the body is directly impacting the mind. The food you eat has a direct impact.
Absolutely.
Your physical workout has a direct impact. Your sleep quality has a direct impact. So preparing the body where a mind can function in a healthy way. So the education for the body, the physical education, so that the body is light, receptive, supple, so that a healthy mind can develop in it. So physical education necessary for upgrading the mind. Hardware has to be upgraded. If you have to upgrade the software, you need a capable hardware. Then comes the power supply, which subjectively experienced as emotions, the energy, the sensations, all that, which is very turbulent. It is our prana shakti in us, the vital nature, the vitality. Without energy, the software cannot run. But our senses are prone to addiction, because senses are seeking pleasure. And they are prone to craving, lust, addiction. And from there comes the guilt, shame, fear, the whole degeneration that happens to the senses. So that is to be purified. Senses are to be refined, extended. Like we see in technology, sensors need to be more and more sensitive to measure, right? Similarly, human senses can be refined and extended. Like if you want to enjoy music, if you learn to discern the notes of music and ragas, and then you can enjoy thoroughly. Similarly, eyes.
Refining.
Your senses can be refined. Then only the rasa of life can pour in. As sluggish senses are. So upgrading the senses. Then the energy. Some people are high energy, some people are low energy, or someone is up and down all the time. And when you are a high energy type, you are prone to strong, powerful ambitions. And with it come restlessness, compulsiveness, anger, aggression, all that comes in with a high degree of strong energy. So learning to tame the horse. So that you can ride and go wherever you intend to go, this intelligence wherever it wants to go. Then comes your heart, and heart is seeking emotions. Energy seeks action. Heart seeks emotions, love. And if it is upset, if it doesn't get, then it won't let anything function. So we need to refine the heart to learn to open up, expand, enlarge, so that it doesn't get into loneliness, depression, sadness. So all these are part of the upgrading. And we are still reaching the pure mind in itself, which is capable of rational intelligence. When these are taken care, now this can function on its own, in its own purity. So there it comes curiosity. If you don't have curiosity, you are already dead. Practically every child is spontaneously curious.
Yeah.
But education system kills the curiosity by looking at a child as a bucket to be filled with knowledge.
Absolutely.
So it spoils the child. Then you are losing your interest in every life itself. Curiosity is a faculty to be cultivated early on. You should not lose curiosity.
Wonderful.
That is what gives you the trail of adventure, fascination. Then upon that basis, the power of concentration. The mind has to be trained to really able to concentrate unwaveringly without getting scattered in all kinds of things. So developing the power of strong, stable concentration on whatsoever you are focusing on. So if you have curiosity, great, you can go ahead. If you don't have curiosity, then you develop ADHD.
Yeah.
That's where you end up with. So curiosity, concentration, then comes the ability to observe. Now the power of observation, again, it is ability to observe the material world, physical world. Some people are very good in observing material things. Some are good in observing emotional world, emotions, nuances, everything. They can observe, they can see the energies. They are sensitive to energy. So the power of observation can be expanded beyond the physical world to subtler dimensions. Some people are very good in observing thought, ideas, nuances, the world of thought, ability to observe it. So that is, power of observation is crucial, and ability to make it refined so that you can enlarge and expand.
Yeah, so how do you then, certainly curiosity, as you said, is a very fundamental skill that I see for myself that has really helped me navigate and come to this point, really questioning everything, what I was experiencing, the very fundamentals of it, and certainly observation. I think it certainly is something I developed with a lot of meditation practice, I feel, for myself. In fact, seeing myself when I was being played by my mind, I'm very thankful to the practice of meditation that I could actually see that something is off and I need to do something different about it.
Right.
And having that curiosity, but again, a lot of it is also the flow of the grace that is coming in that wants to work through you the way I see it. But the practice, that tool, was certainly very, very wonderful for me, because then I could see something is off.
Yeah.
And the curiosity to go deeper and explore what that could be, and it continues to sort of manifest in various forms for me, because I'm still very naturally curious, and probably would have asked you so many questions already and previously also. But I feel like that's a very fundamental skill that I really enjoy, but is also becoming increasingly more important in the world that we live in. But then there are a few other skills that I feel are also going to be required for this new world that we have already entered in, with all these technologies that are at play and the direction that we have to head towards, the psychological shift. What are some of these other skills that you feel are going to become increasingly important for the human collective to observe and then practice and get skilled in?
Curiosity, concentration, observation, these are like three, but there are more, like memory. You should be able to remember, recall, and of course comprehension, capacity for comprehension, what you observed, what you read. These are all fundamental faculties. Then comes the imagination, the faculty of imagination that can work on all the experiences and create new things. Then comes what we call the wideness, a mind that is interested in wide area of subjects, so that it is a broad perspective. It is not narrowly focused on a small area of knowledge. So mind need to learn to expand and widen. Then flexibility, a mind that is open to new ideas, not rigidly stuck. So suppleness of the mind to open, so that you become a continuous learner. Instead of focusing on the content, we are looking at the capacities of the mind, suppleness, wideness, imagination. Then of course comes the ability to synthesize everything. Because we are also encountering absolutely contradictory perspectives. How do a mind synthesize? And that requires a focal point, a center, an ideal around which everything can be synthesized. Otherwise mind gets fractured. So, but that has to emerge from the soul. We will come to it after. So ability to synthesize. Then there is this whole power of formation. Means if you want to create a product, you are envisioning everything in the mind first, giving it a form. Then you're taking a printout, right? You're manifesting it.
Yes.
Prior to that, there is a precise, clear form that is conceived in the mind, where imagination come in, creativity come in, and you're shaping things.
Yeah.
Mind can give form out of formless. It's an incredible power to be brought into the mind.
Yeah.
So these are all capacities of the mind to be developed, not specifically content. We are looking at capacities.
Correct.
Then comes the higher level where stop the thinking entirely, enter into silence.
Yeah, no, I mean, the faculty of the brain definitely is that imagination capability, which makes humans unique from other living creatures. Plus, I mean, some of the work that I did back in the day at Stanford Medical School with the understanding the cognition and the memory building. In fact, we were trying to replicate how we humans have built our memory, and if we can bring that to robots that we are trying to see now, because there is a way to do that. But again, today I feel I only explored 1% of what I now know today. But we were developing the systems entirely on 1%. So it's bound to fail at some point because the vastness is just humongous. And I'm continuously still upgrading my understanding of the matter. But there is something around two things that that we brought in, but I want to go a little bit deeper on. You mentioned about like having the right health during this, like the physical health and then the other faculties, and this need for prioritizing it. Because I think everything works. For the software to operate, you need to have the stable hardware. Once you have the hardware and software in play, then you can actually energize the system. So there is this whole integration that requires, and there's a continuum for that. And there's a flywheel that gets in action by having everything sort of really tuned in. But how do people prioritize health? I mean, do you see health as an important priority for performing whatever you're performing, whatever the context of your work is, whatever the context of your life is? Do you see it as a priority? And how do you think about health overall?
Vast majority of people take this up seriously only when you hit with a health crisis.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you don't care.
Yeah.
But if, again, this software metaphor and the power supply and hardware, these are all instruments.
Yes.
We are perfecting the instruments. This is where who is the user of the instrument come into picture. This is where what we refer as the soul come into picture.
Okay.
And the curiosity, one end of the curiosity is in the soul. Other end is your focal point of attention, which is searching around. But the source is inside, where you are born with certain potential. There is something in you having a living potential that is about to manifest in the world. The purpose of life is to manifest that. Like a seed carrying the potential. And it is sending its signals, and the mind is searching outside.
Yeah.
And that's where the curiosity, if you have a curiosity, well and good, then that means there is a link.
Yeah.
Curiosity is not there means the link is broken. Then you're wandering in the confusion. But the moment you have curiosity, you will spend a lot of time searching outside. Gradually, the focal point will turn inward. And this is where the silencing of the whole thought layer come into picture. The software has to become silent. Power supply has to become steady and calm and quiet. And the hardware has to be ready to play any action. So there, the searchlight goes inward. And there you begin to make the inner contact.
There's so much tuning required essentially in that process, that everything actually has to be ready at the point when you receive it.
Right.
And for that, the hardware has to be ready, the software has to be silenced.
Yeah.
And then, the enter of the light or whatever form you see it in can come in and do its work.
So you begin to get more and more clear intimations from inside. You still don't get a direct contact. You get intimations. You get signals. You get signal and you filter out the noise. And then you operationalize that signal into action. And it is through that your true nature begin to emerge. And your purpose in life begin to emerge. It begins to reveal. And that is what gives meaning why I should keep this whole instrument in good condition.
Check, But isn't it like too many steps to get there? And a lot of people, like, it can be overwhelming, right?
Right.
If you look at it like, I need to tune this, that, and XYZ. And of course, we have finite time that we come here for. So maybe you can speak, how do you not get overwhelmed by this thought? And secondly, how do you think about time